Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Searching the Scriptures. This is episode 3, and I'm going to show how to do more complex searches using scripture notes. So this morning, as I was kind of continuing from what I filmed in episode 2 on the way, I realized I had this old collection note with a tag, Way, and the title of it is The Lord Provides a Way for Those Doing His Work. So I came in here this morning, and as I was pulling this up, I saw I only had 6 verses in here, and I did this 2.5 years ago, and I didn't really know, it looks to me like I did kind of a temporary thing, not really a full-fledged search, but this is on my mind now, and so I wanted to try and expand this, and I thought this is a great opportunity to show you how to do more complex searching in the scriptures. So as I was looking at this, a couple of verses here, and I'll just jump down to the all verses section. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, said unto my father, I will go and do the things which the Lord hath commanded. For I know that the Lord giveth no commandments unto the children of men, save he shall prepare a way for them, that they may accomplish the thing which he commandeth them. And when I saw that, I thought, prepare a way. That is really interesting as a phrase, prepare a way. So then I got looking at the next verse. And thus we see that the commandments of God must be fulfilled. And if it so be that the children of men keep the commandments of God, then he doth nourish them and strengthen them and provide means whereby they can accomplish the thing which he has commanded them. Wherefore he did provide means for us while we did sojourn in the wilderness. And if you remember the story, they're out in the wilderness for a long time, all by themselves. There were no stores for them to stop at and get supplies. The Lord provided for them all along the way. Food, made their clothing not wear out, provided for, their animals and whatever other provisions they needed. The Lord provided that along their way. So consider this. Prepare a way and provide means are very similar. And so in my mind, as I'm searching the scriptures, I am going to open up here a Word doc, and let me shorten this a little bit. Watch what I do here. So I could go prepare and weigh as like one pair, and then provide means as another pair. Now, I would probably find in the scriptures the Lord prepares a means or provides a way, but I don't know how many times I would see prepare and provide or way and means as pairs that would like illuminate this topic. So I could totally see where, the Lord prepares a way or prepares a means. That's very clear. So this is a little bit like algebra. Let me give you this example, and then I'm going to construct the search term. If I said A times B plus C times D, you probably remember you do what's inside the parentheses first. And so you would multiply A and B, multiply C and D, and then add them together. Well, with searching the scriptures with Boolean terms or Boolean power search technology, what we do is we say, well, we want prepare or we want provide. By doing that, we're saying it's got to have one of these terms. And then we're going to say, and it also has to have way or means. Now, you don't know in the scriptures if it's going to say prepare or prepared. There's a plural there, and I can do the same thing on provide. And then way could be plural. The Lord provides ways for us, so that's possible to try and find something. But I don't think I would take the S off of mean and put a plural here. I would get meant, I could get mean, and I would find means, but I think means is probably the only one that I really want to find there. So when I do this search, which I've already done up here, I get 168 verses. Now, some of these verses are, we can see right here, Old Testament 9, New Testament 8, and so on down the list. And then because I searched the whole library, I've got these 46 verses in Jesus the Christ, a book. And I've got 15 here in the Freedom document library. I'm not really interested in those, and so I could go in here to the filters, and I didn't actually search with filters on, but I was checking these boxes. I could actually search for just the scriptures and some of these other references and take out like Jesus the Christ and Freedom documents and only do these other books in here for the search. But for right now, I'll just clear this filter and go back to the results. So as I'm looking at this, I've got 168 verses to search, but what happens if there are additional terms? And as I'm scanning this, I might see another word that gives me a clue as to what else I should add into my search term. So I can look at this and say, okay, I see prepared, prepare, prepared. And if you want to scan, the best thing is your browser find. You can hit Control F in Windows or Command F on a Mac for your browser and be able to quickly do a search to find the words that you've searched for. So if I type provide, I can see, it just jumped clear down here to 1 Nephi on this search pane on the far right. There's nothing until we get down to there. And I can scroll down. The Lord has provided a means. Let's see, there's provided for us, and the word means. So you can see how these words are in combination from our search. And there's not as many. It looks like provided almost always appears next to means. Now, let me jump back over here to the collection note that I have. I do have this verse here in 1 Nephi 19:3. And after I had made these plates by way of commandment, I, Nephi, received a commandment that the ministry and prophecies should be recorded on them. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing. And down here I've got, and also those to whom these commandments were given might have power to lay the foundation of this church. Well, if the Lord gives commandments and gives power, that could also be another combination. And so I'm just going to demonstrate here. Like if I wanted to put something in here, like I could say, or commandments. I'll leave that commandment or commandments, ways or means or power. And it could be plural, powers. So that's another expansion of this. Now, you don't always have to, have a combination of like 3 things here, 3 things here. I could have 5 or 10 things in this first set and limit it to 1, 2, or 3 items in the second. You're just constructing your search query or argument for how to tell the search engine to pull back results for you. And I know if this is new to you and you're used to doing something like give me a list of commandments, if I can type that, if that's been your past search history type of searching, this can be a little daunting to just see this as like, whoa, I can do like really complex searches. You can do that in scripture notes, but you might just even start off with like commandment with an asterisk, and then later on say, well, I want it in combination with power, and do that, and that will narrow the scope, because now instead of every verse that has commandments, it's saying commandment, and it also has to have power. So you can build these as complex or as simple as you want. So let me do a search for this term right here. Okay, we had 168 results from that. Now I'm just pasting that in, and I hit enter. And so now it's going to do that search. Close this. And it's going through all the documents and other books here. 384 verses. Now we can see as we scan down here, there are 74 in Jesus the Christ, 24 in Parley Pratt's writings, 66 in Freedom documents. So we could easily remove, 180 or whatever, not quite that high, but a lot of verses just by filtering. So adding filters here would assist us in limiting the scope of what the search results have. Well, once you have the search results, what do? You would start to go through these and say, like, and the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh and gave them provision for the way. Well, that has nothing to do with the Lord giving and providing for us. So you could just remove that verse, and then instead of 384 verses, you've got 383. And so you can go down the search column studying the scriptures. You can even open your notes here and take notes right there in the search results. And that's powerful just all by itself. But if you are wanting to go to like the next step, you could create a collection note, just like I did over here on the left. And in that collection note, all those verses would be at the bottom. And at the top, you can type as much as you want about those verses. So you're getting the opportunity to search the scriptures and put what you're learning into a master note. And that's super powerful, because now you're not looking at like one verse trying to dissect it. You're looking at the theme and the principles that are being shared in multiple places across the scriptures, because the Lord doesn't just put everything in like one section, say, hey, here's a topic. I'm going to teach you everything about faith in this one chapter. He doesn't do that. It's all across the scriptures where we find everything about a topic. And so that's why we have to search the scriptures to see across the scriptures. So what else can you do to enhance your search? Well, one thing you could do is, like, if I look at the word prepare over here, if I hit the thesaurus, what else can I see here that I might want to include in my search? Because maybe there's other terms in the scriptures. The Lord provides a way. Well, what else could he do? Devise a way, prime a way. I don't think that's probably in the scriptures, but you get the idea here. You can grab one of these as a synonym and put into that first set of search terms. Now, this is a good example. Make ready a way. Okay, I doubt that exists in the scriptures, but I'll just demonstrate something here. You can also say, or make ready in quotes. So it will actually respect the phrase since that's in quotes. And if it was plural, make or makes ready, you can put a wildcard there inside the quote marks, and now you're searching for make ready or makes ready, but it has to be that phrase. This is so powerful. When you learn to search the scriptures in this way, it will change the way you search. Another thing you can do is go to an etymology dictionary. So here we've got prepare. We'll click the E here for etymology, and so we see prepare and we see preparation. Well, preparation is spelled differently, obviously, but it's spelled differently where this E is. It has an A there. So what I'd want to do on my search is delete that E. By shortening the word, I'm going to find more variations of it, as long as I don't shorten it too much. Like if I went P asterisk, that would be insane, because it would find every word that starts with a P. So I want to put as many words or as many letters there as I need to, so that it doesn't find too many results, but also I want to have it in the right spot so I can put that asterisk to find more variations of the root word. Okay, so with that, I hope that's been helpful. I hope that is inspiring you to try some things. Go out and test this out. Look for a couple words in a scripture, and then do a search for those two words across the scriptures. If you're not sure what to do, try this search. You could do this search right here, but like if you do if and then, that is a powerful search. And you probably only want to do that on like a specific book of scripture. Make sure you filter for this, because there's a lot of results. I actually have done a prior project just searching for the word if. There's like 6,000 results. And then you can like find if-then statements in the scriptures. I've got a video on that on my YouTube channel if you want to go find that. That is a cool project. I started with the Book of Mormon and then the Doctrine and Covenants. I still have yet to complete the Bible on that. But that is, you can see the results of it right here, actually. When there's an if statement, once you tune your mind into if-then statements, anytime there's an if, there's a then. So if the word if appears, if it so be that the children of men keep the commandments of God, then I color in a different color. And so anyway, that is another project for another time. But I hope this is super helpful. Please like and subscribe to the video and the channel so that I can continue producing these and show me that this is helpful. Leave a comment below if there's a particular thing you'd like to see how to do. I'm happy to share that with you. This is Scripture Notes, scripturenotes.com. It is the best way to study the scriptures and have the ability to dig into them like you can't do with any other program. So till next time, thanks for watching.